Hi, my name is Matt Samet, and I'm the founder of Fortrus Financial. It's great to be with you here today. A number of people always ask us a lot of questions, and they're great questions. We love questions because it helps us determine what people want to hear. But three of the core things are just trying to understand the following three things. The first one is, why do people need investment coaching? Well, here you go. First off, no one will care as much about your wealth as you do. But to care about it, you need the correct knowledge, the skills, and the tools. We're going to give those to you on an ongoing basis. The best way to gain knowledge is through someone who knows it intimately, is very experienced and wise. And to be blunt, I am. And I say that with humility, but bottom line is there's no one's ever worked harder in the industry to gain the knowledge, experience, and learn from the best of the best. Some people want just enough knowledge to invest on their own, to know what to do with their investment advisors, investment firms. Others want a ton of knowledge so they can invest on their own. We're going to be able to satisfy both your needs in those cases. We'll make sure that those who just need enough have the right questions, have the right knowledge, so that they control the process. You have to minimize fees. The industry's job is to maximize fees on you, and much of them are hidden, so you don't even know. We're going to teach you where those hidden fees are, how you can negotiate them, how you can get them down, and we've done it for so many of our customers. All our customers, actually, but some have just saved, in one phone call to their advisor, 20 years worth of our fees. So bottom line is, we'll teach you how to do that. You have to know when to get out of markets. We're going to teach you that. This is market timing, and the industry is famous for saying you can't market time. Well, they say it because they don't want you to market time. They are right about one thing. If you sell right at the peak and buy right at the bottom, you're real lucky. Real lucky. Most people can't do that. But you can sell close to the peak and buy close to the bottom, and that's what we're going to teach you. Finance is one of those areas where knowledge in the world is critical, just like in our opinion, healthcare is. The industry wants to confuse you with jargon and language that really doesn't make sense to the average person. We're going to bring it down to a level that makes sense so that you really understand that it's just literally a mechanism to keep people from exploring and becoming knowledgeable. Investors need it simplified in order to gain knowledge and control the process. We're going to do that for you. And bottom line, you'll be in a much better position to ensure your wealth grows like it should during all periods of the process. The second question is, why Fortrus Financial? Well, again, a little bit biased here, but I'm going to tell you exactly why. First off, we're objective. We're independent. We have no conflicts of interest. We don't have to sell products. That's not what we're about. We're purely about the investor, what right strategies to do, when to be in markets, how to save fees, the best opportunities, the biggest risk, how to risk manage, etc. We're going to do that for you. I'm going to teach you all that. We use the best firms and strategists worldwide because we know our limitations. I got a ton of knowledge, probably more than most people in Canada, but I also know what I don't know, and I reach out to the best minds worldwide and I get those resources. And I only use those that are objective and not tied to firms that purely want to keep you in markets. We're committed to being on your side of the table, always. It's that simple. We want to give you a tool that few other people have. The financial industry, you have to recognize, is many times incompetent, at least the people within it, greed-driven, non-transparent. They always want to keep you invested in fees only, because without that, their business model is dead, and they have tons of conflicts of interest. People say, well, ride out the cycle. You ride out the cycle, and you've just wasted a huge percentage of your future wealth, and we'll teach you why that is the case and that you can't take that approach of buy and hold that fails in cycles like we're in today. We're going to give you up to 44 modules, and we keep building new ones where we see them being necessary. You're going to get written and audio form, and you're going to have other ongoing videos, educational pieces, 3 monthly newsletters, critical updates, portfolios, all the things you need as tools to utilize to be the best investor you should be. We also are going to give our customers simple tools so they're always in charge of their situation. And there are little tools that you can utilize, such as spending a couple minutes on the weekend to determine, should I be in the markets or should I be out? We have a process that over 16 years, I believe there are only 6 moves in and out of markets. Next to nothing. But the returns were dramatically, like 400 times higher than if you would have just bought and hold. The third question here, who is Matt Salmon? Well, that's me. and I will have to say this with some humility, and I'm a believer in humility in this world. I'm a father of 4. I'm a husband. I'm a caring community person. I'm involved in my community. I'm involved with charities. I'm on boards. I do a lot of things, but let's talk about me from an investment management perspective, because that's why you'd be hiring us as a coach. I was one of Canada's top 1% of investment advisors for more than a decade. I manage assets of over $250 million for Canadians and some world top-class CEOs and executives, top entrepreneurs, and professional athletes, as well as, and most importantly to me, just hardworking savers who wanted to ensure they had a good retirement and could help their kids out with things like education. I care deeply about people and their success. That's the reason I think I was so successful so quickly in the industry. Yes, it's about knowledge, but it's also about a caring and a sense that people understand that it really does matter to me that they do well. I have the highest level of integrity, and I pride myself on it, and always want to teach my 4 kids that, because to me that's what it's all about in the end. All you can do is look in the mirror, and I can look in it proudly and say I fight for what is right on a constant basis. But I have to add that to a base of knowledge, and that's where I've probably not spent a day over 25 years reading something in this industry, and a lot of times I read a lot. My wife's never thrilled with it, but you know what? It's a passion, and that's the way I've become very wise as to how this industry works and how markets and economies work. I ran a strategy committee for one of Canada's biggest banks. I was the head of that strategy committee. I have unbelievable amount of numerous industry distinctions and honors. I was senior management for many years in the industry. I was on the board of directors for one of the industry's biggest investment firms. And I was a key individual at building one of Canada's biggest firms from its early days. I'm a voracious reader. I have a deep understanding of markets and economies. And very importantly, I have an intuitive sense of what is coming, which is really more important to understand than what has occurred. Well, I believe that we have to learn from the past, but you better understand how to assess what's coming in the future. Otherwise, you'll never be a good investor. And I'll tell you something, I'm an insider of insiders. I know the system as much as anyone in the country. So I am perfect to help investors maneuver their way through it, understand it, and be a winner by the process, not be a victim like many have been, sadly. Thanks very much for your time. We look forward to working with you. All the best.